The gold prayer book. Would you please turn to page 27, and we'll chant the 7 limb prayer. Page 27. In the gold prayer book. Gosum gupe gone chatselo ngeshoyi chuchuti malubu tomene saditulo tamcheshad Heart sutra?
Yeah, maybe just recite a mantra. Just recite
just
mantra.
Okay.
Recite 7 times.
So the mantra is on page, the bottom of page 79. Teata gate gate
paragade parasamgade bodhe soha teata gade gade paragade parasamgade
bodhi soha
teata gade 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 paragade parasamgade
bodhi soha.
7 times teata
Gate
paragade bodhi soha teata gade gade paragade parasamgade bodhi teata gade gade paragade parasamgade
bodhi soha teata
gade gade paragade parasamgade bodhi
soha. Do you want the prayer to line face the kini?
Yep.
No. Short mandala offering? Turn to page 97, I believe. At the bottom, you see the short mandala offering. Saji perki shushi metog Jetsu
So we do maybe Vajrasana practice. Vajrasana practice.
Oh, Vajrasana.
Maybe 21 times mantra. So the stanza.
It's on the bottom of 64, page 64.
What Lama Tsongkhapa said, like the song of experience, the Lamrim, the song of experience, what Lama Tsongkhapa said in that Lamrim, so eventually I'm going to teach that in Wednesday night class. So in that Lamrim text, what Lama Tsongkhapa said, Lam Chobdula, Tsinyi Tsami, Manya Bado Sachi Miyo, Ti Masami Venchula Lav. So Lam Chok, like supreme path, minor path, probably refers to minor path, bodhicitta. Lam Chobdula, Tsinyi Tsami, in order to actualize the supreme path within your mind stream, that you need the, you need the guy's is a base. You need as base that is capable to have a serve to actualize the supreme path within your mind stream, which that base refers to human life, okay? Human life, precious human life. Without that base, or refers to human life, without that base, it's almost impossible to actualize the supreme path within the mind stream. So, so when you look around, so you see, when you look around, even like learning one word probably takes months and months. So human can learn very fast. Not just learn, then analyze, then actualize all of that. Therefore, to learn how to create a cause for that base. To learn, not just learn and practice. As not just one cause, it's like the complete form of cause. Complete form of cause, complete form of cause. No, you can be born as a human, but you can be born in a place there's always war, so then you don't have any opportunity to practice Dharma. So then that's that kind of human did not create the complete cause to actualize the supreme path. Okay, so therefore, so to learn the entire cause, and not just that, and practice entire cause to get to get all the necessities to practice Dharma. So, all the necessities to get to able to practice Dharma and actualize the path, supreme path. So, so there are many require many things. Long health, long life, of course. Then healthy life, of course, and life that like how is the life that's not lacking the basic necessities. Life that able to practice freely. All of that. There's many causes, many causes, not just one kind of causes. So therefore, generosity, practice of generosity, practice of ethics. Not just ethics, also need to practice generosity. So, Namjodula, Tsinyi Tsami, the Manya Pato Sajam, Ti Masami Bijula, Masami Biju means like complete form of causes, cause and conditions. Need to create to obtain So this kind of human rebirth, which will like allow you to practice with little problems, with little problems. Okay. Now the Gosum 3 doors, body, spirit, mind, 3 doors. Time Baba means heavily contaminated by negativities. Heavily contaminated by negativities. So what do? You don't just get depressed. What do? You purify them. It's so important. It's not just important, it's very, very important to purify. It's very, very important to purify. The 3 doors that which is heavily contaminated by negative action, then disturbing thoughts. Gosum did Timir Baba, the Timir box, Timir Baba is like it's almost like soaking into the contamination, needs to purify. Therefore, every day it's important to rely on 4 powers, how to purify negativity. So every day, not just once the blue moon. So whenever you give time, whenever you have time. So and we need to find time in this human form. Otherwise, when we are going to find time? If you don't find time in this like human form, then probably it's hard to find time any like giving situations. So we need to find some time every day to purify. How about nature? Purification practice is very, very important. Very, very important. So therefore, every day rely on 4 powers. Practitioner refers to Lama Tsongkhapa, said, I myself did that. If you are seeking liberations, then do the same things. If you are seeking liberations, then do the same thing. So, so liberation can be divided. So like ultimate liberation from disturbing thought, then temporary liberations. Day-to-day life, being free from anger, attachments, jealousy, all of that. That's also considered as a temporary freedoms. So, so therefore, so this, will do 21 verses of the mantra. Then please think deep down from your heart. Just merely remembering Buddha Vajrasattva names purify each and every negative. Each and every negative. Okay. Kange tsendam temperature nidu immediately purifies. So that's the benefit. Immediately, it's not like after 1 hour it purifies, not like that. Immediately purifies. So then we start the stanza, so then we do 21 mantras. So,
so the stanza is at the very top of the page, 64. Merely thinking of just your name eradicates all obstacles and immediately purifies all negative karma. Thus to you, unsurpassed Vajrasattva, I make prostration. Om Vajrasattva Samaya.
You can visualize Buddha Vajrasattva, Buddha Vajrasattva body, or top of your crown, or space before you. So then, while reciting the mantras, nectar flows from Vajrasattva bodies. So then, as like laser beams, then dissolve into your body, purify all the physical problems, the mental defilement, and the physical problems. Okay. Yeah, that's it.
Om Vajrasattva
Samaya Manu Balaya Vajrasattva Tena Ba Tera Tugo Meba Sodakaya Mebawa Sobokaya Mebawa Anuradha me bhava sarva siddhi me prayacha sarva karma sutsame jadashi yankuru ha 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 bhagavana sarva tathagata bhajrama me mazam bhajam bhavam mahasamaya zada ahum pe om bhaja sattva samaya manu palaya bhaja sattva tena bhati tadido me bhava Sudokayo me bhava, Subhokayo me bhava, Anurato me bhava, Sarva siddhi me prayacha, Sarva karma sutsame, Siddhamashiyam kuruham, ha 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 ha, Bhagavana sarva tata. Bhajama me mazam bhajam bhavam mahasamaya, Sattva ahum pe om. Vajra sattva samaya manu palaya Vajra sattva teno patishta dido me bhava Sudokaya me bhava Subhokaya me bhava Anuradha me bhava Sarva siddhi me prayacha Sarva karma sutsame Siddhamashiyam kuruham Ha 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 Bhagavana sarva tathagata Bhajama me mazam bhajam bhavam mahasamaya zadu ahum pe om bhaja sattva samaya manu palaya bhaja sattva tena patishta dido me bhava Sudokaya me bhava Subhokaya me bhava Anuradha me bhava Sarva siddhi me prayacha Sarva karma sutsame Siddhamashiyam kuruham Ha 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 Bhagavana sarva tathagata Bhajama me mazam bhajam bhavam mahasamaya sadhu ahum pe om bhaja sattva samaya manu palaya bhaja sattva tena patishta dido me bhava Sudokaya me bhava Subhokaya me bhava Anuradha me bhava Sarva siddhi me prayacha Sarva karma sutsame Siddhashiyam kuruham Ha 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 Bhagavana sarva tathagata Bhajrama me mazam bhajam bhavam mahasamaya Sadhu ahum pe om bhaja sattva samaya manu palaya bhaja sattva tena patishta dido me bhava Sudokaya me bhava Subhokaya me bhava Anuradha me bhava Sarva siddhi me prayacha Sarva karma sutsame Siddhamashiyam kuruham Ha 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 Bhagavana sarva tathagata Bhajrama me mazam bhajam bhavam mahasamaya zadu ahum pe om bhaja sattva samaya manu palaya bhaja sattva tena patishta dido me bhava Sudokaya me bhava Subhokaya me bhava Anuradha me bhava Sarva siddhi me prayacha Sarva karma sutsame Siddhamashiyam kuruham Ha 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 Bhagavana sarva tathagata Bhajrama me mazam bhajam bhavam mahasamaya sadhu ahum pe om bhaja sattva samaya manu palaya bhaja sattva tena patishta dido me bhava Sudokaya me bhava Subhokaya me bhava Anuradha me bhava Sarva siddhi me prayacha Sarva karma sutsame Siddhashiyam kuruham Ha 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 Bhagavana sarva tathagata Bhajrama me mazam bhajam bhavam mahasamaya sadhu ahum pe om bhaja sattva samaya manu palaya Bhaja sattva tena patishta dido me bhava Sudokaya me bhava Subhokaya me bhava Anuradha me bhava Sarva siddhi me prayacha Sarva karma sutsame Siddhamashiyam kuruham Ha 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 Bhagavana sarva tathagata Bhajrama me mazam bhajam bhavam mahasamaya sadhu ahum Pe Om Bhaja Sato Samaya Manu Palaya Bhaja Sato Tino Ba Tita Tudo Me Sudokaya Me Bhava Subokaya Me Bhava Anurado Me Bhava Sawa Sede Me Bhava Sawa Kama Sutsa Me Chitam Shiyam Kuru Ha 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 Bhagavana Sarvatada Bhajarama Me Muzam Bhajam Bhava Mava Samaya Sato
Ahum
Pe Om Bhaja Sato Samaya Manu Palaya Bhaja Sato Tino Ba Tita Tudo Me Bhava Sudokaya Me Bhava Subokaya Me Bhava Anurado Me Bhava Sarva Siddhi Me Bhava Sarva Karma Sutsa Me Chitam Shiyam Kuru Ha 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 Bhagavana Sarva
Tathagata
Bhajarama Me Muzam Bhajaram Bhava Mava
Samaya
Samaya
Sato Ahum Pe
Om Bhaja Sato Samaya Manu Palaya Bhaja Sato Tino Ba Tita Tudo Me Bhava Sudokaya Me Bhava Subokaya Me Bhava Anurado Me Bhava Sarva Siddhi Me Bhava Sawa Karma Sutsa Me Chitam Shiyam Kuru Ha 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 Bhagavana Sarvatada Bhajarama Me Muzam Bhajam Bhava Maha Samaya Sato Ahum Pe Om Bhaja Sato
Samaya
Manu Palaya Bhajara Sato Tino Ba Tita Tudo Me
Bhava
Sudokaya Me Bhava Subokaya Me Bhava Anurado Me Bhava Sarva Siddhi Me Bhava Sawa Karma Sutsa Me Chitam Shiyam Kuru Ha 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 Bhagavana Sarvatada Bhajarama Me Muzam Bhajam Bhava Maha Samaya
Sato
Sato
Ahum Pe
Om Bhaja Sato Samaya Manu Palaya Bhaja Sato Tino Ba Tita Tudo
Me Bhava
Sudokaya Me Bhava
Bhava
Subokaya Me Bhava
Anurado Me Bhava Sarva Siddhi Me Prayach
Sawa Kama Sutsa Me Chitam Shiyam Kuru Ha 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 Bhagavana
Sarva
Sarva
Tathagata
Bhajarama Me Muzam Bhajam Bhava Maha
Sato
Samaya
Ahum
Pe
Pe
Om
Vajra Sato Samaya
Manu
Palaya
Palaya
Vajra
Bhaja
Sato
Sato Tino
Teno
Ba
Pati
Tita
Shadido
Tudo
Me Bhava
Sudokaya Me Bhava Subokaya Me Bhava Anurado Me Bhava Sarva Siddhi Me Bhava Sawa Kama Sutsa Me Chitam Shiyam Kuru Ha 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 Bhagavana
Sarva
Sarva
Tathagata
Bhajarama Me Muzam Bhajam Bhava Maha Samaya
Sato
Sato
Ahum
Ahum Pe
Pe
Om
Vajra Sato Samaya
Manu
Palaya
Palaya
Vajra
Bhajara
Sato
Sato Tino
Teno
Ba
Pati
Tita
Shadido
Tudo
Me Bhava
Sudokaya Me Bhava Subokaya Me Bhava Anurado Me Bhava Sarva Siddhi Me Bhava Sawa Karma Sutsa Me Chitam Shiyam Kuru Ha 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 Bhagavana
Sarva
Sarva
Tathagata
Bhajarama Me Muzam Bhajam Bhava Maha
Samaya Sato
Samaya
Ahum Pe Om
Om
Vajra Sato Samaya
Manu
Palaya
Palaya
Vajra
Bhaja
Sato
Sato
Teno
Tino Ba
Pati Shadido Me Bhava
Sudokaya Me Bhava Subokaya Me
Bhava
Anurado
Anurado Me
Me
Bhava
Bhava
Sarva
Sarva
Siddhi
Siddhi
Me
Me
Prayach
Sawa Kama Sutsa Me Chitam Shiyam
Kuruhum
Ha
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 ha ha
ha ha
ho Bhagavan
Bhagavana
Sarva
Sarva
Tathagata
Bhajarama Me Muzam Bhajaram Bhava Maha
Samaya
Samaya
Sato
Sato
Ahum Pe Om
Om
Vajra
Bhaja
Sato
Sato
Samaya
Samaya
Manu
Manu Palaya
Palaya
Bhaja
Vajra
Sato
Sato
Tino
Teno
Ba Tita
Shadido Me
Tudo
Bhava
Sudokaya Me
Me
Bhava
Bhava
Subokaya Me Bhava
Bhava
Anurado Me Bhava
Sarva
Sarva
Siddhi
Siddhi
Me
Me
Prayacha
Sawa
Sarva
Karma Sutsa Me Chitam Shiyam Kuru
Kuruhum
Ha
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 ha ha
ha ha
ho
Bhagavana
Sarva
Sarvatada
Tathagata
Bhajarama Me Muzam Bhajaram Bhava
Maha
Maha
Samaya
Samaya
Sato Ahum Pe Om
Om
Vajra
Bhaja
Sato
Sato Sam
Samaya
Manu
Palaya
Palaya
Vajra
Bhajra Sato
Sato
Tino
Teno
Ba
Pati
Tita
Shadido
Tudo
Me Bhava
Sudokaya Me Bhava
Subokaya
Subokaya Me
Me Bhava
Anurado me bhava sarva siddhi me
prayacha
sarva karma sutsame siddham shriyam
kuruhum
ha
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 ha ha
ha
ho
ha
bhagavana
bhagavana
sarva
sarva
tatakat
Vajrama me
Vajramame mucha
muja
Vajrabhava
bhava
mahasamaya
mahasamaya
Sato
sadhu
ahum pe
Om
Vajra
Vajra
sato
Sato
samaya
Samaya Manyapal
manupalaya
Vajra
Vajra sato
Sato
tenopa
Tinabha Titra
tishadido me
Trudome
bhava
Sudho
Sutokayo
Kaya
me
me bhava
bhava
Subho Kaya
Supokayo
me
me
bhava
bhava
Anurado
Anurakto
me
me bhava
bhava
Sarva
Sarva
siddhi
Siddhi
me
me bhava
prayach Sarva
Sarva Karma
karma
Sutsame
sutsame
Siddham
Chidam
Shriyam
shriyam
Kuru
kuruhum
Ha
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 ha ha
ha
ho Bhagavana
Bhagavana
sarva
Sarva
tatakat
Vajrama me
Vajramame
muja
mucha
Vajra
Vajrabhava
bhava
mahasamaya
mahasamaya
Sato
sadhu
ahum pe
Om Bhaja
Vajra sato
Sato
samaya
Samayam Manipala
manipalai
Bhaja
Vajra
Sato
sato
Teno
tenopa
Bhatita
tishtadido
Trudome
me bhava
Sudho Kaya
Sutokaya
me
me
bhava
bhava
Subho Kaya
Subhokaya
me
me
bhava
bhava
Anurado
Anurakto
me
me
bhava
bhava
Sava
Sarva siddhi
Siddhi me
me prayach
Sava
Sarva
Karma
karma
Sutsa me
sutsame
Siddham
Chidam
Shriyam
shriyam
Kuru
kuruhum
Ha
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 ha ha
ha
ho Bhagavan
Bhagavana
Sarva
Sarvata
tata kata Vajramame
Vajramame
mucha Vajra bhava mahasamaya Sato ahum pe.
So all the negative karmas, created by, some of them are not knowing whether it's positive or negative. So then created by, based on ignorance. So then broken samaya, broken place, degenerated vows. You take refuge in Buddha Vajrasadavas with the mindset want to purify all the negative karmas. So then after that, we recite the mantras. So now please visualize deep down from your heart the Buddha Vajrasadava calling your name. Calling by your name and letting you know that all the negative karma created by body, spirit, and mind, since from beginning of these times, completely purified. Through three doors, body, spirit, mind. Right after that, when Buddha Vajrasadava said that you are like negative karma, three times negative karma created by body, spirit, mind, completely, since from beginning of this time, completely purify. Immediately after that, Buddha Vajrasadava will dissolve into your heart. Your body, spirit, mind, the Buddha Vajrasadava body, spirit, mind become one, pure. That's the brief, Vajrasadava practice. That's how you do Vajrasadava practice. Need to visualize deep down from your heart, Buddha Vajrasadava calling your name and telling you that all your negative karma from the body, spirit, mind, since from beginning this time, completely purify immediately. After that, Buddha Vajrasadava dissolve into your heart. Your body, spirit, mind, Buddha Vajrasadava body, spirit, mind become one. That you are blessed. Blessed by Buddha Vajrasadava. Okay. So, for power, so power of object, Buddha Vajrasadavas. Then regret, whatever, like a regret, strong regret, and not to repeat them again, second moments, maybe next hour, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, maybe there's also 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 1 week, 1 month, or something like that. So then reciting mantra is the power of antidotes. Power of antidotes. There's the four powers. Power of regret, power of object, whom in this case Buddha Vajrasadava was, then power of antidote, remedy, the reciting mantras. So then, make some kind of promise not to repeat them again. in case if you do repeat them, then again purify. Purify. Don't blame yourself. That's not the purification practice. Blaming yourself is not the purification practice. What you do, you purify them. You purify them. Again, you purify them. Same like clothes. When you get dirty, you don't blame yourself. You put into, you wash it. You wash it. So same. So so clothes over time get dirty. So probably similar same probably mind also over time get dirty. So you need to purify them. Purify. So then you don't end up with like tons of laundries. If you wash them right away. So then the idea, I'm going to do tomorrow. So then after like 2 weeks, there's tons of them to clean. If you purify right away, there's a benefit. So Lama Tsongkhapa said in the Song of Experience, Lamrim, the Song of Experience, is very, very important. Very important. Okay, so so then yeah. So now back to the class. Where you stop, Lamala?
Number 10. Verse number 10. You were went all the way to the 14, and we're coming back again.
We are back to the score one.
Back to having become a pure vessel by training in the general path. About the Vajra vehicle.
There's one.
I think there was a question. There was a question that some people had.
So I need to find. So lost the text. We need to find. Okay. So where we stop, Samala, you say it again, please. So then people know where we stop.
Well, you were talking about people taking bodhicitta
Mm.
and first before teacher, then in front of the altar,
Oh,
And
oh,
then
yeah.
the minute you generate bodhicitta, everything you do falls into one of the three types of moralities.
Mm.
It's for the welfare of all sentient beings. And that was the meaning of ethics.
So I don't prepare for class. That's what happens. I lost the text. I don't prepare for class, so I just come here. So somehow I lost the text. It's here, but there's like many texts together, so I need to find the page. Mm. Lamula explained the three types of morality.
Okay.
Mm.
Let's see.
Maybe some people.
The ethics of gathering virtue, and the ethics of acting for the welfare of all living beings.
So do you remember the 11 ways to benefit sentient beings?
Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it.
While I find the text.
Oh. Okay, let's see. All right, let's see if I can find it. Okay, here it is. To act as a friend to those who need one, or accomplishing the welfare of those who need help. That's the first one. Second is to give advice to those who are confused. 3 is to help those who need help or helped you. 4 is to protect those who are overwhelmed by fear. 5 is to comfort those tormented by grief or depression. 6 is providing for those who lack basic necessities. 7 is providing shelter. 8 is accomplishing the welfare for those who desire mental harmony. And 9 is gently redirecting those instead of telling them they're making a mistake. Just gently. Oh, that's number 10. Number 9 is doing good deeds. Number 10 is gently redirecting those who are engaged in what is wrong. And 11 is accomplishing the welfare of sentient beings, and subduing those for whom with supernatural powers. Subduing those for whom it is appropriate through supernatural powers. Want me to talk about the training and the 4 ways to gather disciples?
Yeah.
Okay.
I found the text.
Oh, okay.
It's good. For the reference, looking for piece of pen. In this you may send Dungsel mention you go, so I will give you the titles for the reference in the future. So then no, it's on 2 level 660. One second, okay. In this, Sindhi is the commentaries on the foundation of the good qualities. So, commentary of the foundation of good qualities is the call. Is the title is the Dungsel, eliminating. Eliminating Dung little bit. Like I say. Lu Dung means physical problems. Sim Dung the mental problems. The Dung like could be suffering. Dung cell eliminating sufferings. So means nyugu. What go sprout, medicinal sprout, medicinal sprout, medicinal sprout, eliminating all the sufferings. That's the name of the books. There's a name of the commentaries. Medicinal sprout. Now, how you say in English correctly? No? Medicinal sprout. So, like everything that grows has to have sprout. Otherwise, yeah. So that's even even the herb also needs sprout. So medicinal sprout, eliminating all the eliminating sufferings. So that's the title of book. How you put it together in English, correct English. That sounds good. So that means my English is a little bit getting better. So now that's the name of the commentaries, okay? Then,
Geshe, what is the name of the author?
yeah, so name of the author, name of the author is like, name of the author is like Venerable Hamula from Kalamazoo. Name of the author, Agu Chings, Amdo, from Agu. Whenever you see word Agu, that's pretty much, they are, from Amdo regions. Sharab Jatso, wisdom of oceans. Wisdom of oceans. That's the name, his name, Sharab Jatso. Agu Sharab Jatso, Agu Ching Sharab Jatso. Aku probably refers to monks, Aku. In Amdo region, when they say Aku, Central Tibet, when you hear word Agu, that means uncle. In Amdo region, when you hear word Agu, that calls Sangha member monks. Monks they are called Agu. So Sharab Jatso, ocean of wisdom, Sharab wisdom, Jatso oceans. So that commentary is his collections. He wrote many texts. Agu Sharab Jatso. Agu Ching. Probably his name Agu Ching, Sharab Jatso. So, so just for the reference, okay. So he wrote many texts. So I'm going to use the same Lama's commentaries. His Holiness kind of recommended that. This is very well. He's very scholar. And all the texts that he composes is well written. So next text, Three Principal Extra Path to Enlightenment, I'm going to use his commentaries. Even though there are many commentaries, I also use. So home I don't read. So if I teach here, so then I also end up reading the text. So there's mutual benefit. So, so now. So now we are the last leg of this foundation of good qualities, very last, in the very end. So how many stanzas left, Ramana? Maybe not much. It's almost finished now. So now the question here. Last week you said Tantra is a waste of time. If you don't. The first part doesn't sound very right, or sounds right, or doesn't sound very good or right. But if you don't have bodhicitta with that, then it is correct. So, and I just said it. I just it's been said many times. I have not realized bodhicitta, sir. But I have Hatha Yoga Tantra initiation and practice. Can you explain more, please? So, many people go to like, especially like Kala Chakra initiation. Many people go, not just Western, even Tibet, even in like India. Whenever His Holiness give Kala Chakra initiation, there's all kind of people they go there. So then out of that, how many of them receive Kala Chakra initiation? So when you talk to them, so they say, I received Kala Chakra in Buddha 3 times, 4 times, Varanasi, then they count. If you ask them like, what Kalachara deity looks like. I have no clue. Most people have no idea. So then, like, just forget about the number, just forget about the mandala and visualizing all this, deity into the mandala. People doesn't even have idea about, like, for example, like my mom, my parents, they received Kalachara initiation in Bodh Gaya. So then, when you ask them, in that, that kind of circumstance, so should not worry about, like breaking the vows, all of that, because I don't think you receive blessings, but and he's always trying to take advantage of Kalachara events, and he's always trying to teach, guide the Buddhist way of life 4 days, 3 days before the initiations. People get smarter. They just all come on the initiation day, so they avoid all the teaching. So no matter what he's always doing, people just come right on the initiation time, and then teachings, So he's always trying to at least intellectually educate them. What is bodhicitta, what is emptiness, what is renunciation. At least they have some understanding. But so anyway, so this is like like more like serious kind of practice, putting into practice. If you're seriously thinking putting Tantrayana into practice, then what it requires? It requires foundations. It requires at least need to understand what is renunciation, what is bodhicitta, what is wisdom and emptiness. Without that, and how you're going to practice. First of all, how you're going to practice. Say in the Sanskrit, in the very beginning of the practice, Sanskrit, Om Sambhava Shuddha, Savadama Sambhava Shuddha Ham. There's nothing to think. You just say the word. What is Om? No idea. What is Om Sambhava? What is Sambhava Shuddha? And all of that. It's basically saying the purity of everything. You are trying to generate divine pride in order to practice Tantrayana. You're trying to develop divine pride and trying to eliminate this sense of, how is the sense of ordinariness. So that becomes the main obstacles into Tantrayana practice. You can't visualize yourself as a deity because you think, oh, I'm so dumb, I'm in this, I'm in that, I have this problem, I'm that problem. With not that kind of mind, you will not succeed into Vajrayana practice. Therefore, you say, somebody, hum, purity of body, spirit, mind, purity of everything, then you try to say, that is me. So then from there, then you rise. You rise as a Tara, you rise as a, Vajrayana, you rise as particular deities. Then you practice. So Tamal, now it's not just ordinary appearance, it's not just that is the problem, but believing in that is the big problem in Vajrayana practice. You can practice Tantrayana successfully with believing that you are ordinary being and all kind of problems, So and you can practice successfully. So that's what I mean. It doesn't mean like Tantra is waste of time. So not just that is not correct. Tantra is very good teachings, very very good practice, very good teaching. We would all should, practice. But at the same time, we all should understand what it requires. So without any skill, if you compete in the rings with someone who knows Taekwondo, you're not going to win. So anyway, don't get discouraged. I'm trying to guide you on the right path. Guide you on the right path. Make sure that you don't wasting a lot of time. So what needs to understand. So that's very important for sake of knowledge. What do you need to understand? I'm not saying that you are not capable. We are all capable because we all possess Buddha natures. But we need to educate ourselves, what is required to successfully implement Tantrayana into our life, what it requires. That's very important. So that's what I mean. I don't mean like the Tantra is waste of time. So, but with the second part of the sentence, then don't have bodhicitta. So, so especially wisdom realizing emptiness. So at least you have to have intellectual understanding when you say somebody is sadam, somebody is a hum, you have something to think about. Some, then all become empty. Then from there, then you rise. Then you like how is it? Tabar Ramjam. Then you have this kind of like how is it? Way of seeing things. Environment is not just ordinary, which needs to clean every day. It's not. There's like all like mandala. The being inside that environment is like male dhaka, female dhakiness, not like with all kind of problems. I know her. No, she's always very talkative. No, she's always gossiping. Not like that. Tabaranjam, just pure, just pure. Environment, being in the environment, everything's just pure, just pure. That's how you practice. That's just example. Otherwise, it's just mumbling the word. You could say. So okay. So maybe next Wednesday, when I start to teach three principles of enlightenment, when we reach the bodhicitta, so I will give detailed explanations how to practice, how to meditate on bodhicitta. There's two different lineages, so I will explain all of them again very clearly. So then, at least you will have some kind of intellectual understanding. Okay. So now here it's too late. It's all text altogether. We are in of the text. Yeah. So next three principles as the path. Today. So I will explain whoever asks this question next class. Three principles of path enlightenment. We'll take time so when we reach to bodhicitta, so then I'll explain very detail. Okay. Then so maybe see. I'll read this a little bit now. What Lama is saying. So, Lama, where in English side, which stanza?
Having become a pure vessel by training in the general path, please bless me to end. It's on the bottom of page 5.
Yeah, I saw that. The kind tumo lamjande do chubana teba kunji chokjun dojite kesanchi jungado darajin do bachi. Didn't I finish that?
I think you finished most of the stanzas already, but you were really advancing very quickly, all the way through 14, I think, and then you backed off. 토모나 전도 좀 대박 군지 좀 깨단 좀 전문도 남긴 되죠. 토모나 줘봐 나서. So that's probably went right down there.
Yeah, probably I'll jump all the way down. Katsu. Did we discuss about emptiness? The emptiness already probably finished. Huh?
I don't think you talked about emptiness. You went through verse 9, 10, and 13.
Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to
And 14. You talked about creating the cause for clear light, the hollow light and the nectar with Lama Tsongkhapa.
대다 전주주도 쌤집에 까와또베 뒤들 맞겠나?
You talked about combining all the 6 perfections into one. That's how you started.
You know, the reason I'm not finding the text because I'm looking at the wrong text again. Can't believe. Can't believe. So can't. Okay, so now see, so not having karma binding, that's what happens. That's good. So now, oh yeah. So now I'm here. I found Teda lamsang soda. 제와고네 나마 셰도 신이 때문에 송주가 동아지 람지 내딘데 소왔답스. 제가 가서 람지 개잖아 또바 제바 제베치도 두지베장에 미반 내신도 켈체 대야 지데나 줘봐 야라 말았다. 문제 메리 You say something, Thomas? No. Phone or something. I thought that saying. I thought you saying the Geshe you have no karma binding. That pretty much the sums up here. Tini go tumo lamja ne do chubana tebakunji chujudo kedajudo. Now the next stanza, read the next stanza. So that before that is all explained.
At that time, the basis of accomplishing the 2 attainments is keeping pure vows and samaya. As I have become firmly convinced of this, Please bless me to protect these vows and pledges like my life.
대쟁우도 남니 두비시서 대쟁우도 대쟁우도 남니 두비시서 무둡 남니 무둡 in Sanskrit is called siddhi. And spiritual attainment, common spiritual attainment, uncommon spiritual attainment. Mudup tumo mayembas. Tumo like some example like grabbing the space, collecting like wealth, just going like that, just grabbing, and like able to probably walk like say normal people will take like 5 hours, you can walk like 5 minutes, that distance, you can cover the distance. Did you saw the Milareba's movie? Oh. So one monk that runs from the Milareba's monastery to the town, how fast? No, so there's some kind of like also city. Oh. Tumo mayembas. Then like able to disappear under the ground or things that there's many of them, the common, uncommon. Tejengudu namni dubeshi, the basis or the foundation of those two types of spiritual attainments, common, uncommon, are the like keeping vow pure, keeping the vows, and samaya purely. Tejengudu namni dubeshi. What is it? Namda tamje domba sungala.
At that time,
Namda tamje domba sungala. Pure namta, pure
vows
tamjik
and samaya.
pledge and samaya and vows. Namda tamje domba sungala. Tezemuru namni debeshi. Namda tamje sungala. Chuma mebe nyeba nyechune. Not just understand. No, like really understand. Not just not like that. No, like. Chuma me nyeba nye chuma me nyeba so like chuma is like artificial that you have to put a lot of effort to think. Chuma me that what is it in English?
As I have become firmly convinced of this,
in English, what is it?
As I have become firmly convinced of this,
that's like no. Then read what else? Then having realized the importance of two stages, the essence of the Vajrayana, by practicing with the great energy, never giving up the. At the times that the basis of accomplishing the true attainment, there's two siddhi, common, uncommon. And is keeping pure vows and samaya, and there is slightly different between samaya and vow. They're slightly different. Samaya is like if whoever giving you initiation, that lama says, you need to recite 1 round of mala, the mantra of 1 round of mala. So that becomes samaya. That's not vow. That samaya is not vow. It's the commitment given by lama. You are so busy studying 5 major texts, you don't need to do all sadhana. Generally speaking, when you take initiation, you have to do sadhana. So some lama give break, monks from the monastery, because they have to study, they have a lot of classes. So they say, okay, you recite 1 round of Lama Tsongkhapa mantra, so that will cover. You don't need to worry about. So that is not vow, that is samaya. Generally speaking, is that commitment? Yeah, there is commitment given by Lama. Vow, are there commitment? Yeah, they are commitment. That's part of the practice. It's nothing to do with the Lama. It's part of the practice. Doing sadhana has nothing to do with the Lama. That's what you do. When you receive initiations, then you do sadhana practice. There's nothing to do with Lama. Samaya, pretty much, to do with Lama, what Lama said, to do that. So that becomes samaya. Both of them are commitment, but one is vow. One is not vow. It's just samaya. That's samaya. That's just example, but there are different types of samaya. So okay. True attainment is keeping the pure vow and samaya. So they're slightly different. Generally speaking, both of them are commitment, but one is not vow. It's like Sama is not vows, but the vow, there's something that is you understand? Oh yeah. Sama is then, as I have become firmly convinced of this, please bless me to protect this vow and place like in my life. Chuma meving yeba, probably that's in the English word. Firmly convinced. Firmly convinced. It's almost like conviction faith, that you are 100% convinced based on knowledge, not just based on somebody says so. You are convinced, or conviction, firmly convinced of this. Chuma Nyeba means understanding. It's not just understanding, it's understanding that's like 100% convinced. Convinced? How you say? Convinced. Understanding? Say, like American went to moon. But somebody said America went to moon, so some people say, oh, America went to moon. But some people, they are 100% convinced that American went to moon. Some people still not 100% convinced, but they do know America went to moon. But say like because you have reason. You have reason. Like reason like Chuma meaning nyeba. It's not nyeba means understanding. It's not just understanding. It's like that understanding firmly based on that you are convinced, 100% convinced. Yeah, we have many understanding. We have understanding the rocket. They launch rocket to the International Space Station. We have understanding, but that understanding is not as good as people who flew there, who went there. So like that, they have deeper understanding how you get there, how long it takes, But we have understand. They launched rocket to satellite. We have satellite, so like some kind of idea, but there's not really deeper understanding of satellite, and how things works, all of that. So Chuma meaning yepas, so the deeper understanding, okay. To bless me to protect the vows and the pledge like my life, like sometimes they say like my life, sometimes they like like your eyes, how we protect our eyes, so like that, Then Chuma meaning yepas, so that so much, then Jude nimbo rimiji, then so then the second line, please read the second line.
Then having realized the importance of the two stages, the essence of the Vajra.
So two stages, now there's like generating stage and accomplished stage. When you like look at the Tantra, there's 4 classes of Tantra. Kriya, Charya, Yoga, High Yoga Tantra. Kriya Charya, there's no stage, there's no such a thing called 2 stages. Does not exist. True Lower Tantra, there's no 2 stages. 2 stages not in the Kriya Tantra, Charya Tantra, those Tantra, that does not have these 2 stages. Okay? Yoga Tantra, it has similar of 2 stages, not the real, not authentic one, similar. But the real 2 stages exist in highest Yoga Tantra. That's a part of the highest Yoga Tantra practice. Then having realized the importance of the 2 stages, that's 2 stages referred to. Then Jude Nimbo Rimnichi, Rimni. Chirim called Chirim generating stage, Zogrim complete stage, then Nimbo Rimnichi. Nenam. Stages, the essence of the Vajrayana. Because the highest Yoga Tantra, that's the last. This is called essence of essence of the Vajrayana. By practicing with the great energies, never give up the 4 sessions. So there is 4 sessions, as I said, 1 sessions before sunrise, then you stop, you end the sessions You begin the session before sunrise, then you end the sessions, then you start sessions, second sessions, say after breakfast you start second sessions, then third sessions, so then it should be much longer. Then the last sessions need to start after sunset. After sunset, then you start the last sessions. Should be long, should be shorter, like American football. American football, the tip, like trying the big, the middle is big, like that. Second and third should be longer. The first and the last should be shorter.
Yes. Are you saying that the third session is after lunch? Are you saying the third session is after lunch?
That's yeah, after lunch.
Okay.
After lunch. The practicing with a great energy, never give up the 4 sessions. Please bless me to realize the teaching of the holy gurus. Then the Judaism board music, then I'm just on somebody to general Tambe Tabeto watching your laws. Now it's more like the dedications. Like that may the guru who showed the noble path. Noble path. Probably refers to Lamrim, and Lamrim also included the Vajrayana path. Noble path probably refers to Lamrim, that include, Vajrayana teaching there. Vajrayana they also included there. The spiritual master or mentor or guru, whatever you call, and the spiritual friends who practice it have long lives. So spiritual all here, spiritual friends, all here that you meet here, all the spiritual friends. Have it to have long lives. So please bless me to pacify completely all outer and inner hindrances. Chidan nange parto chebe, chidan nange parto chebe, so chidan's external hindrances. What's the difference between hindrances and obstacles? Huh? Then why you have 2 words? Parje, the ke, the parje. But in Tibetan is no ke, parje. But it has different meanings. It has different meanings. Chidan nange pardo chebe, so pardo cheba. That's the longer version of the word obstacles. Short called parje. That's short. Pardo cheba. Then you expand the word. Basically mean the same thing. Chidan nange pardo chebe, chitang. External hindrances, obstacles, or parje, such as like related to physical body, the job, and all kind of things, the environment, all of that. Causes by visible beings, then invisible beings. There's 2 things. So the nange parje, nang. Internal hindrances, not wanting to practice, not wanting to, all kinds of internal hindrances, obstacles. Middle of the practice, then wanting to do something else, or things like that. Not able to finish. Just basically making the strong wish. Please bless me to pacify completely all outer and inner hindrances. Then called Kewakundo, Yanda Lamatan, Deme, Chujipala, Lonjuji, Sadalam Doji Changa Compagnon show. So there's now the prayer and dedication together, Dedication is prayer, but not the prayer is not dedication. In dedication, you have to have something to dedicate, dedicate. So dedication comes at the end, because you did something there, you have something to dedicate. But dedication itself is prayer, but the prayer, if something's prayer, not necessarily to be dedications. That's slightly different between prayers and dedications. So only important when you go to debate courtyard. If you don't want to go to debate, if you don't go to debate courtyard, then it's not that important. So, but there are, for the sake of knowledge, there are slightly different. Dedication is prayer, but not every prayer is dedications. Why? Because dedication, you have to have something to dedicate. So dedication in the beginning, you could say, in the very beginning, you could say prayer. It's not dedications. There's nothing to dedicate. It's all prayer. But at the end, then you dedicate. All my life, so I don't say, yeah, all my life, in all my life, in all my life. In all my lives, never separated from perfect gurus. So now making like dedication, all the merit. May I enjoy the magnificent Dharma. Magnificent Dharma. So magnificence is added there, so, but there's nothing wrong. But actually the Dharma. May I enjoy the Dharma, so magnificent Dharma. I don't think there's two different types of Dharma. One is magnificent, one is not magnificent. What is it? It's just magnificent. Somebody put it there. Actually, the Dharma. By completing the qualities of the two stages and the path. Two stages has Yoga Tantra. Path, renunciation, bodhicitta, wisdom, realization, emptiness. Three principal path. Three principal aspect of the path, path to enlightenment. May I quickly attain the state of Vajradhara. So Vajradhara, when you think about the five Buddha families, generally speaking, when you look at the mandala in the center, that's where Vajradhara located. Center. So then, generally speaking, the east is always white, shaka, close cell, north, yellow, shaka, close cell, Numan, west, red, Changjiang, east, south, green, Changjiang, Uyungo. So then the center is blue. Blue symbolizes Vajradhara, five Buddha family. Generally speaking, that's how the mandala color has been divided. Not like, I want to paint here like pink. It's not going to work like that. It's already, how you say, decided. It's already decided for the purpose for the meditation. So east, white, yellow, red, green, then blue. Like that. Like quickly attain the state of Vajradhara. So Dorji-chan. So finish. So now I will read. So then you will receive the oral transmissions of the foundation of good qualities, which I received from His Holiness Temple a number of times, and is already in the Lama Tsongkhapa's teachings, which is like 18 volumes. I received all those oral transmissions from like Pana Rinpoche. Now Lama's already passed away. So just listen, okay. India Geshe Suje Temba Lamje, Zawalo, Lebato Nembeba, Dumai, Kubachimbi Temba Chinjelo, Lenjini, Tawe, Tesan de Shindo Nega, Tunjeshe Jun. Ninzekondo, Nimbo Lembelo, Junjemeva, Jawa Chinjelo, Lusoyo, Wachi, Chuboshi, Nudo Jibi, Chiwatama. Shivi Jesu, Lida Temache, Kanalende, Kisha Tawala, Neba Tembo, Nebezo, Tajan Tawala, the Poat, Gezo Tada Duba, Chabala, Tato Pada, Demba Chinjelo, Chibe Mingo, Dunga Kunjiku, Idemiro. Sibye Punzoji, Nimiri, Taben, Dawala, Tunjimboja, Washington. Namda Sambati, Tambaye, Tenda Shiji, Paye, Chimboye, Tembezawa, Susu Tabal, Duba Nimboja, Washington, Rani, Sinzoluma, Chishin, Majulova, Kunja, Tenda, Tonen, Dowato, Kujevic, and Jutim, Washington. Samsam Jeja, Sutu Namzola, Combamena, Chanju, Labato, Nejazet, 좀바 잡el롱 바신절로 로베윤라 양와 시지 양다들라 수지 줘봐 신내라도 손도 되거나 뉴도 줄라 저와 신절로 두몰 남자네도 줘봐나 대박군지 초조 도지데 계산집에 중마다 봐 다가뉴도 줘봐 신절로 대생우도 남님 두베시 남다 담지도 뭐 소와도 주마면 뱅에 봐니는데 소다도 소와 신절 되네 주대님 보름이지 내 남시도 내 줘봐 저저나저 줄래 미여와 담배수 전도 봐 신절로 대달람사 때문에 신예다 수지 두베촌 샤데지 치단나게 봐도 집에서 냐와샤와시로 저와군도 양달라마도 담에 주제별랑 논주 설람이로 도지창게 공부하뇨 또 쇼. Yeah, so that is the oral transmission of foundation of good qualities. So lama that I received called Pangnang Rinpoche. Pangnang Rinpoche. Oh, Pangnang Rinpoche. Oh. What do you call like Pangnang Rinpoche is the main disciple of Tiwu Choben Rinpoche. Tiwu Choben Rinpoche, he's from Drebung Losaling Monastery. So he was graduated back in Tibet before 1959, and he received the Haramba degrees, Geshe Haramba degrees in Tibet. So has many like thousands of disciples in the monastery in teaching. And one day, all of a sudden, he decided that he needed to go to wilderness to continue his meditations. And he left all the students behind the monastery full of tears. Then he went to the wilderness. So then after 1959, some Kamba gorilla from Eastern Tibet, now everybody's escaping from Tibet. So when they're escaping from Eastern Tibet, then they heard two Choben Rinpoche on somewhere there on the mountains. So they heard. So the group, the Kamba warrior, they went there. Then they saw two Choben Rinpoche. Kind of hairs kind of grow quite long, and all like ashes from the fire, all covered there. So then they get opportunity to see two Choben Rinpoche. Then they asked two Choben Rinpoche to give them some protection because everybody is now escaping. And Chinese armies are everywhere, so they asked him to give some protections. So then he did some ceremony and but he lives in wilderness, there's no house. So then he took out a piece of cloth by hand from his robe, and he gave them small pieces, each of them, just hair from his cloth. So then Pangnang Rinpoche is the main disciple of Tiwu Choben Rinpoche, so great Lama for Drebung Losaling Monastery. So and people find him like he moved from different mountain to mountain. Then people find him. Some of people find him. So people bring like offerings, tsamba and butter. They keep in animal skin. That's where they store butter. So then bring butter and tsamba. So then people and like when people leave, two children throw everything from the mountains, of the mountains. All the tsamba, all the butter, he just throw them out. So the next time you don't see them. Then one time when people went there, so then people saw him that almost like naked. Some few like leaves around here, the feather on his head, holding one stick, and he's just jumping around and acting like very crazy. So then they got very like depressed, so see their lamas. They went back to Lhasa and reported to Tijang Rinpoche. Tijang Rinpoche, one of His Holiness senior tutors, Tijang Rinpoche, request him to do some prayer because they thought Tiwu Choben was going out of his mind. So then Tijang Rinpoche said, you don't need to worry about Tiwu Choben, the mindset, you need to worry about your mindset. So because you people are not leaving him alone, that's why he's doing that. We don't need to say any prayer for him. You need to say prayer for yourself, no need to worry. So that's why probably what happened. People keep bothering him, coming there. So then probably his last options to, to eliminate people. So anyway, Panda Rinpoche is the main disciples of the two Chuben Rinpoche. That's called Chate. Chate, Cha means these lab activities. And they completely renounce that. They have no interest. So they just go to wilderness and continue their practice. They have no interest, zero interest. So called Chatel, Chatepa. So and so then Panda Rinpoche, he's the main disciple of two children. I'm giving you some histories of Lama that I received oral transmissions. Panda Rinpoche, and so so I'm fortunate enough to receive oral transmission from Panda Rinpoche. Came to the monastery. So Panda Rinpoche, he's also like his teachers. He has no interest of anything. He has no interest of anything. So then when he came to monastery, his robe is kind of like faded, and he was highly renowned Lama. So then somebody say, okay, maybe somebody offer him brand new. It's called Tyongka. So probably one of his friend or maybe offer him. So so then like his attendant, then somebody give Lamas new suitcase to put something. So that they get into the train, Lama say, this belongs to who? Then say, somebody give it to us. Lama say, you go with the suitcase or you come with me. It's your choice. So then basically Lama wants to give the suitcase to some Indian in the train, some poor people. Lama wants to give that suitcase to them and just roll whatever they have, just roll in the piece of cloth, then carry. So the Panda Rinpoche, went to Tibet and he passed away in Tibet. So his hometown, he visited there, so then he passed away there, okay. Just a history called Panda Rinpoche. Oh yeah. So with that, so then the foundation of the good quality now ended. So, so then next Wednesday, 3 principal exercise path enlightenment. So then Buddhicitta part we will do a little bit details, okay? Oh yeah.
Okay, turn to page 100 in the Gold
Ajay.
Prayer Book. Yeah.
Go on, just say it, yeah.
Page 100 in the Gold Prayer Book.
Yeah, long mandal offering. The
Long mandal offering. Okay.
Just say.
Okay. Page 99. Inkamuagi wo.
Om benza mome ahom, om jesoji. Om benza rege ahom, chijare koryoge ko. Ri jabo ri ra. Ho zambuli no pala. Chandame nye le dalu. Ngayab da ngayab shen, yende da lamchu. Dame nyen je da rinpoche. Pa sam je je, de je ye ba, mame pa ye lo kolo. Nobo rinpoche, zumo rinpoche.
Mangpo Rinpoche, Tamcho Rinpoche,
Mabö rinpoche, teche paye pumba kema. Lo ma, kara ma, meto ma, dobe ma, nase ma, tisha ma, ni ma. Rinpoche do chole, namba javen janze. Pencho bozo zoba ma zawa me ba zaje yedo wa de da de je zawa da jebara jebe pan. Tazo koda jeba namla jinga mo wan jewe wo no jen do we ten do she. Shene jan da son do wa ma jo nam ge ta da nya be asem je da. Tu ze wa chen be go ne je je la do.
Saji Perki Idam Guru Ratamadalakam Niryatayami. Okay, let's turn to page 263. I'll read the final Lamrim dedication. 263. From my two collections, vast as space, I have amassed a working with effort at this practice for a great length of time. May I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose minds wisdom is flying by. Even if I do not reach this state, may I be held in your loving compassion for all lives. Manju Shri. May I find the best of completed, creative paths and teachings. May I please all the Buddhas by my practice. Using skillful means drawn by the strong force of compassion, may I clear the darkness from the minds of all beings. To the points of the path as I have discerned them, may I uphold Buddha's teachings for a very long time. With my heart going out with great compassion. Your direction, the most precious teachings have not yet spread. Once spread after God. May I reveal this treasure of happiness in it. The minds of those who wish for liberation be granted boundless peace, and the Buddha's deeds be nourished for a long time. By even this greater path of enlightenment completed, due to the wondrous virtuous conduct of the Buddhas and their sons. May all human and non-human beings eliminate adversity and create conducive conditions for practicing the excellent paths, never be parted in any of their lives from the purest path praised by the Buddhas. Whenever someone makes effort to act in accordance with the tenfold Mahana virtuous practices, may always be assisted by the mighty ones, and may oceans of prosperity spread everywhere. Then to page 244 and 245. Ganira wet korwe shinkamde, pendande wa malu shungwene, Jere se wa tende jazo ye, shabe se de badu tenju chi, jonu iye na la wanjote, awatare sembara sopa, Losan javen de nole meyo, jasyo genyo lama so wade. Tupsu chanshi jangen gewe, tensi kyo pewe, kunse do konse, choksu kuwele muntudu,
Oh yeah, wonderful. Thank you. Very good, wonderful.